guys, let's continue. Finally, we reached the school, so let's see how it's gonna go. Let's go. I could hear muffled voices behind the doors, saw blinking lamps. Darkness creeped along the windows and it felt like the school was drifting in open space like a lonely, lost spaceship. Okay, that's the schedule. After going up to the second floor, I noticed a crowd around the notice board. Everyone was taking part in a lively discussion. I moved closer and took a look at something everyone was interested in through a wall of backpacks. There was a piece of paper with something printed on it, glued to the wall of the notice board. Okay, yeah, that's Vova Matyuhin. Okay, attention, child missing, Vova Matyuhin, 10 years old. Vova Matyuhin, 10 years old, grade 4B. He left his child missing. Okay. 142. Well, he's pretty tall for his age, I think. Vova Matyuhin, that was his name. A 4th grader. On that grainy print, Vova looked dead, with a black mouth and dark, empty eye sockets. Could it be that the darkness dwelling deep in the forest invaded his pores and mutilated his face? Do what? A plastic toy gun couldn't protect him from the whispering branches and the howling wind. Empty eyes of the lost boy pierced through my soul, as if pleading. Unable to meet his stare, I turned around and rushed to the window, took a seat on the windowsill. Okay, there's... Are we gonna make new friends? Or it's all gonna go well? The corridor was slowly filling up with children in groups of few. Nobody paid me any mind. In the darkness of school toilets, child voices were hammering a nursery rhyme. For the fox and for the bear, Bunny tasty meals prepare. Okay, Bunny, it's probably a reference to me, I assume. Like everything pointing to that, so... I turned my head toward them, trying to get a better look at their features, but then my attention was stolen by a loud clicking sound. A female teacher marched down the corridor with her chin raised up high. Her heels were hitting the floor like miniature hooves. A girl was trailing her every step. She was also looking pompous, stopping along the way and whispering some secret in her friend's ear. She was probably a class rep since she was carrying an attendance register book.
Екатерина, возьми, пожалуйста.
Ekaterina, take this please. The teacher opened the classroom door and the crowd of children swarmed in, screaming and pushing. Oh. Out of all of them, a tall, red-headed fat boy caught my attention. His face was full of blisters. He looked like the insides of a pomegranate. A bad feeling rising up the hair on the back of my head. I've seen boys like him before. Unsettled eyes, cackling laughter. Okay, I don't know. The girl who was a smaller copy of the teacher warned the boy with a wave of her hand and entered the room through the clearing in the crowd. Some other guy stood in the way of the crowd and the redhead immediately showed him. Okay, I don't like his voice. And the way he talks. Move your legs, moron. The boy flew head first, flailing his hands trying to keep his balance. Yeah. I'm not gonna like this guy. The fatso burst out laughing, and a couple of kids joined his nasty cackling. Their laughter sounded like someone was snipping with huge garden scissors. The classroom sucked all of the kids in, the corridor stood empty. I wanted to grow roots and stay on the windowsill. Yeah. Wait. Was Alisa actually talking about animals with human masks as if like bullies in the school? Was that the thing? I don't know. Just a handful of lampposts outside were battling the darkness, breathing like fluorescent fish in the black ocean. Maybe I can still run away. Go outside, dissolve in the dark. I imagined myself running through snow, how it squeaks under my boots, and how I'm becoming lighter and lighter with every step. Okay, that was loud. The ringer's thrill blew that illusion away. I tore myself from the window with great effort, then took a couple of deep breaths, trying to at least calm down my mad pulse, and entered the classroom. The prim teacher looked at me over the frame of her glasses, clearly annoyed.
Я новенький.
I'm the transfer student.
Мне вот сказали к вам подойти.
I was told to come here. The snowy forest trail was winding in front of my eyes. The pines rustled, but it didn't sound predatory anymore. She buried herself in the register and flicked through the
А
pages.
фамилия-то как?
Your last name?
Петров.
Petrov.
Громче говори.
Huh? What are you mumbling there?
Чего мямлишь?
Say it clearly.
Петров.
Нет такого.
You're not on the list. She measured me with a long and heavy stare, as if trying to see if I was lying. I wanted to sink through the floor. Hazy faces observed all of that from the left. The classroom breathed and snorted in unison, like a living organism, like a dangerous beast.
Ты не ошибся?
Are you sure?
Нет такого в списке.
I don't have you in my register. Oh, damn it. Sorry. Wait.
Мне сказали, 204 кабинет, Лилия Павловна, 6 В.
Where's the backlog, damn it? Oh. Sorry. My knees chose the worst time to start shaking, and I felt dizzy. I clutched my fist so hard my knuckles became white. They told me to come to the classroom 204 to ask for Lilia Pavlovna, class 6C. Apparently everyone in the classroom took my words for some sort of joke because they were all laughing.
Что за бардак?
What's wrong with the school? The classroom fell silent. The kids hid their smirks for a better occasion.
Понаберут студентов.
Why do we hire so many interns?
Только знают, что губяки свои малевать. А я разгребай, значит.
They all know how to put lipsticks all over their bulging lips. But when it comes to real problems, I have to solve everything.
А бумаги-то кто заполнять будет? Не первый раз ведь уже.
How did they send you here without any proper paperwork? We've had the same thing happen so many times already.
Подожди здесь. Сейчас.
Wait here, I'll be back.
Сейчас я им устрою.
After I have a little chat with them. After I take care of them. The teacher flew past me, mumbling something to herself in righteous anger, and I was left standing at the center of the classroom. Like a convict in front of a firing squad, I lowered my gaze, feeling the mocking stares from all around the classroom directed at me. They prickled my skin, danced on it like laser sights. Once again, I imagined running far away from this place, fighting the clawing wind, soaring high above the pines in one long jump, with the wind at my back as my only companion. The eyes of my future classmates were asking, "This new boy, is he one of us or an outsider?" Somebody whispered something and stifled laughter rolled through the classroom.
Доску вытри!
Okay, yeah, that's this annoying boy. Wipe the board. It was easy to guess who was the main prankster here.
Эй, очкарик!
Dude, his voice. Hey, Four Eyes.
Ты чё, не только слепой, но еще и глухой?
Are you not only blind, but also deaf?
Доску вытри, говорю!
I said, wipe the board. He's trying so freaking hard to sound badass. My knees weren't the only shaking part of my body anymore. I was trembling from head to toe and I prayed for the teacher to come back sooner. My prayers were answered by the powers that be.
Ну что мне с тобой делать-то?
And what should I do with you now?
Куда сажать, а?
Where will you sit?
Давай-ка сядь, наверное, с Семеном.
Oh well, you can sit with Simeon, I guess.
Он все равно один.
He's alone anyway.
Еще чего?
Okay, so his name is Simeon, I guess? No way. The fatso put his backpack on the seat beside him in defiance, scratched his belly and smirked.
Ты опять за старое?
Are you back to your old tricks?
Снова бабушку в школу вызывать?
Should I call your grandma here again? The classroom went silent.
А чё она мне сделает?
Of course. So, basically no one can do anything to this annoying boy. And what she's gonna do?
Не она, так я тебе сделаю.
I'll be the one to do something if she doesn't.
Рюкзак убрал быстро.
Put away your backpack, now. Simeon didn't move a muscle. He started studying the portraits of writers on the wall, looking bored. I needed to do something, to resolve this somehow, save myself. I cleared my throat and continued in a stifled voice that sounded nothing like me.
Я могу за последнюю парту сесть.
I can sit on the last row.
Там, кажется, свободно.
I think there's a free seat. The teacher snorted loudly. She looked at me, then at Simeon, then back at me.
Ладно, садись пока туда.
Fine. Go there for now.
А с тобой, Бабурин, мы еще поговорим.
And you, Baburin, I'll have a talk with you later. Okay, at least it's good. Anton is not sitting near that annoying brat.
Чтобы подошел после уроков.
Come to me after classes.
Будешь по классу дежурить, ясно?
You'll be on cleaning duty. Got it? Oh man, he looks so annoying. Simeon forced out a twisted smile. Juicy pimples were growing on the tip of his nose, ripe for the taking. I walked carefully, afraid to stumble and fall, causing another outburst of laughter from everyone. I took my seat at the back, at the last table, where I was met with a pile of old posters. The outcasts took their seats and the class was ready to start.
Вот и хорошо. Начнем урок.
Now, this is settled. Let's start the class.
Тема. Традиции русской и мировой литературы в рассказе Зощенко «Не надо врать».
Today's theme is traditions of Russian and international literature in Zoshenko's Don't Lie. I actually didn't read this one. The fatso turned back to me. His stare informed me of the coming days, weeks and months of bullying. Ah, dude, for real, on the first freaking day. God, he's annoying. I've got my eyes on you, said his watery look. Oh god, this is gonna be annoying. After just a couple of periods, I had already noticed a huge yellow spit stain in my notebook. Really? God, this is gonna be annoying. Then, at the cafeteria, the Simeon accidentally spilled a glass of compote on me. Compote is like a berry drink, stuff like that. It's pretty nice. And then he flailed his hands around after exiting the toilet so some of the liquid from his hands would get on me. Just before the final period for today, Simeon pushed me into a buzzing crowd of girls from our class. Really? That's a freaking a-hole move. Dude, for real. Okay, now this will be a freaking mess. I mean, she will definitely be angry right now. And it's all because of that freaking bastard. They made way, cursing, but I couldn't hold my balance and ended up ramming my face into the girl I took for the class rep before, right in her chest. I immediately stepped back, dying from embarrassment.
Прости, ты в порядке?
I'm sorry, are you alright?
Я...
Then she suddenly put her hands on her hips.
Нет, ну вы посмотрите на него.
Okay, yeah, she looks way more angry than she sounds like. Would you look at him?
Облапал меня прямо у всех на глазах.
Groping me in front of everyone.
Я сейчас все маме расскажу.
I'll tell my mom.
Тебя из школы выгонят, извращенец.
Okay, I'm not sure I like her character. They'll expel you, pervert. There was some sort of sadistic pleasure in her eyes, as if she was a child who was about to put a lit-up match to the chaffer beetle.
Я нечаянно, меня толкнули.
I didn't mean to. He pushed me. Well, basically he said I was pushed. He didn't say he pushed me.
Все видели. Слепых среди нас нет.
We all saw that, you know. No blind among us. She stared at my glasses while showing me a creepy smile. I definitely don't like this girl too. Okay. Can I develop allergy for this laughter? I started to fume on the inside, but Simeon's laughter cooled my head.
Толкнули? Чё, правда?
I pushed you? You sure? Well, he said you were pushed? For real? He swaggered up to me, enveloping me in the smell of sunflower seeds and rotting teeth, and then pushed me to the ground.
Вот так, да? И чё ты сделаешь?
Like this, huh? What you gonna do now? Well, I would freaking punch you in the nose, right in the nose. Usually guys like him, after you punch them in the nose and they see blood, they just run away crying. The bully towered over me as if saying, "Come on, hit me. Let me see you try." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We all know what I'm gonna do now, right? Fight back.
Слушай, ты...
Listen, you. My throat went dry, my lips were moving on their own, and my voice was akin to a stifled squeal. Simeon wore a mocking smile.
Давай, давай, продолжай, очкарик.
Oh god, his voice is so annoying. Like, good work on the voice acting, but still, he's annoying. Go on, for eyes.
Чё примолк-то?
Why did you stop?
Нам всем очень интересно.
We're all waiting.
Если еще хоть раз меня тронешь...
If you ever touch me again. Simeon slowly stuck out a finger and poked my forehead.
Натронул и чё?
Oh god, he sounds so irritating. I did, so what?
Еще хоть раз
If you ever do it again,
тронул.
here,
А вот еще.
once more,
И еще.
and again,
И еще.
and again. Wait, I said fight back, where's the fighting back? Anton, don't disappoint me.
И еще.
And again, he was poking me with his finger so hard that my head tilted backward. I must not cry, or I'll be done for.
Чё ты мне сделаешь, мямля?
What will a wimp like you do to me? My vision went blurry. My soul tore off from the floor. I rushed forward and threw a random punch without looking.
Ха!
Good! Right in the ear. Nice. I'd go for the nose, but ear is nice as well. What I saw when I opened my eyes was beautiful and horrifying at the same time. Simeon was holding his ear and blinking in amazement. Was I the first person to rebel against his absolute rule? Told you, but there is a chance that he still will try to do something. So Anton actually needs to deliver at least one more punch.
Стопэ!
Oh, he's not alone. I needed to run, but I was already surrounded by his cronies. Okay, so they're free.
Лилия Павловна!
Okay, that's the girl. I assume the blonde girl. Well, it's black and white, but she still looks blonde. That's the Ekaterina, aka Katya. Lilia Pavlovna.
Лилия Павловна! Петров Бабурина ударил!
Lilia Pavlovna, Petrov just hit Baburin. Ah, man. I wonder if every class had a girl like that, or at least like one in the at least one in the year. Simeon's cheeks grew even redder and his pimples even whiter, like the heads of larvae. But a smile flashed on his face that was only noticed among his comrades. So it's not one against one. Ah, dang it. Okay, I really hope Anton will freaking do something to him. I don't like his smile. He got really close to me. The smell of rotten teeth washed over me.
Тебе
You
пиздец.
are screwed. Okay, his voice sounded less annoying like that. His voice was evil and dangerous, like someone tore off the lid from a kettle with boiling fat. I was waiting to get hit, counting the thumbs of my heart and guessing where his fist will go. The solar plexus, the jaw, the nose. But he just turned around and walked off. After the school. And it's not gonna be one-on-one. A thought, cold and sober, and extremely irrational, popped up in my head. I'm going to get killed today. I believe in you, Anton. I was late to leave the school after classes on purpose. Simeon didn't attend the last period, so I was hopeful. What if he decided to dodge the cleaning duty and ran home, forgetting all about me? No way. I heaved a sigh of relief, like someone on death row whose execution was delayed by a day. But I didn't let myself forget his tone, his vengeful gaze, and his scary, electrified smirk. While the other students were leaving the school, laughing loudly, I was pretending to skim through my books near a window. I was staring outside, nervous. Simon was nowhere to be found, in the front yard or near the school gate. I didn't really believe I was this lucky, so I decided to be extra cautious and stayed for some more time in the corridor that was gradually getting less crowded. All of the bustle moved to the first floor. There was a skeleton peeking out of the biology classroom. Some jokester put a cap with the American condor on its head. The sound of running water were coming from the bathroom. I was the only person left in the whole school. I'm not alone. A sudden thought came to mind. I remembered the missing boy. His portrait was on the notice board, near the schedule. Okay, he was not smiling like that. And his eyes weren't completely black, like... Do you know this like city legend about kids with black eyes? He looks like one, and the cat even more creepy. I remembered his smile. Him looking at me. And the fact that he's most likely already dead.
Привет.
Hello. Okay, that's definitely not his voice. I shuddered and turned around. Are we actually gonna meet someone nice? At first, my eyes stumbled upon the black violin case. Then, I noticed a girl from my class was holding it. Okay, she seems friendly. I hope so. She sat in the first row of the second column. I could swear I caught her looking at me a couple of times. And I was sneaking glances at her myself. Sometimes it just feels nice to look at something pretty. The spring, the sky, or a girl that's not in the crowd that laughs at Simeon's jokes. And she wasn't whispering the dirty laundry of other people to Katya. So she seems nice. Let's hope so. She spent all the breaks just like me, studying in the classroom or looking in the window or drawing something in her green notebook.
Здравствуй.
Hey. Wait, so he actually noticed a lot of stuff she's doing. Anton? I turned red and pretended I was studying the pattern on the wooden floor.
Круто ты ему врезал.
It was cool the way you hit him.
Это вышло случайно. Почти.
It was just an accident. Almost. I started showing books in my backpack to at least put something in my hands.
Вроде Семен раньше таким не был.
Simeon wasn't like that before.
Он к нам недавно перевелся.
He also transferred here just recently. Wait. If he transferred recently, how do you know how he behaved before? Or like she means like in the beginning?
Бабушка мне его по секрету сказала,
Ah.
что он словно взбесился.
Okay, I see. She actually answered my question. His grandma told me that it almost felt like he went mad.
Семёна даже старшеклассники побаиваются. Представляешь?
Even the upperclassmen fear Simeon. Did you know? Really there? For real? Okay, I would assume that the upperclassmen from the 90s would know what to do to this guy.
А ты вот молодец.
But you're different.
Не струсил.
You're brave.
Угу.
I mumbled in reply. Yeah, right, me? Brave? A hero that has been standing around in the hallway to avoid a beating. The girl looked at me with her clear, attentive eyes.
А ты за рекой живешь?
Do you live over the river?
В том деревянном доме?
In that wooden house?
Ну да.
Yeah.
Там, наверное, страшно.
Must be scary living there. Yeah, voice acting definitely on point. Overall.
Да еще через лес идти.
And you also have to cross the forest.
Я бы так не смогла.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I shivered at the mention of the forest. I thought of intertwining branches, of a snake-like trail of endless darkness that spread like mold among the crooked trees. So I straight up lied.
Да не так уж там и страшно.
It's not that scary.
А что тебя так пугает?
What's so scary about it for you? She smiled after a brief pause, as if brushing off a daydream.
Да так. Ничего.
Well, actually, never mind.
Меня, кстати, Полина зовут.
My name is Paulina, by the way.
А меня Антон.
And I'm Anton.
Ну, это я
I
знаю.
already know that.
Слушай, Антон,
Hey, Anton. She stumbled as if trying to decide whether she could continue.
а что ты делаешь после школы?
What are you doing after school? My chest felt prickly after her innocent question, yet somehow it felt pleasant.
Ничего такого.
Nothing much. What? I stumbled and didn't finish my sentence. What's going on? Okay, I'm confused. Oh. Okay, now it makes sense. Alisa's predatory smile flashed in front of my eyes. Her playful eyes in the slits of the mask were probably just a product of my imagination though. What if that fox girl is waiting for me after the school? Or was it another of her weird jokes? I wonder if she's hiding a big red tail under her coat. I suddenly got covered with beads of sweat like after a PE class. I wanted to take a shower as if just thinking of the foxy girl made me dirty, soiled my clothes, lured me into the forest's embrace. Okay, so
У меня сейчас занятие, скрипка, а потом я свободна.
I have a violin lesson and then I'll be free.
Дедушка мне репетитора нанял.
My grandpa hired me a private tutor.
Наш учитель музыки, он же скрипач. А здесь, в поселке, ему некому преподавать. Только мне.
Our music teacher is a violinist and he doesn't have anyone to teach here except for me. She waved her free hand in the air, imitating the movement of a bow on violin strings. I could almost hear the music. It chased Alyssa out of my head. I looked at Paulina's lips, catching her every word, and was frozen from the unusual sensations. They were warm, soothing, and tingly. It felt like I was very small and the feelings were immense and they couldn't fit inside me.
Тут говорят, что у нас в поселке маньяк завелся.
They say there's a serial killer on the loose in the village.
Раньше со школы меня всегда дедушка забирал, но в последнее время ему не здоровится.
Normally Grandpa would escort me home from school, but he's been sick lately. I snuck a glance at Vova's photo. His eyeballs were studying me. His lips were wearing black lipstick. Just like the portrait on a gravestone. Dude, why it got even darker?
Ты не подумай, я не трусишка, просто...
I mean, I'm not a coward, it just...
Просто мне кажется, что с тобой будет безопаснее.
I think I'll be safer together with you.
Антон, ты сможешь проводить меня до дома?
Will you go home with me, Anton? There it was. Finally, everything that I read about in the adventure books, everything that I dreamt about was seeping into my life. A mysterious crime, a beautiful stranger, and a heroic duel. A duel. Thinking of Semyon instantly sobered me up, returned me back to earth, and it started shaking under my feet like a deck of a ship. If only I could rise to the occasion in front of Paulina. Because no matter how brave I was trying to act, it was obvious for both of us that I wouldn't be able to stand a chance against a big guy like that. And him knocking me out won't even be able the worst of it. Okay. Confused? The worst part is that Paulina will see all of that. And she'll laugh at me like everybody else. No, I don't need anybody to see me in such a shameful state.
Сегодня вряд ли получится.
I doubt I'll be able to today.
Ты же знаешь, Семен, скорее всего, караулит на школьном дворе.
You know, Semyon is waiting for me outside.
Лучше мне с ним разобраться лично, по-мужски.
I need to deal with him one-on-one, like a man.
Глупости какие.
Nonsense. Paulina brushed off some hair off her forehead, and I sensed a weak aroma of blackberry. Paulina was like water when you were thirsty. You gulp it down and still wanted more. Okay, that's like quickest crush. I remembered the summer evenings at the country house, the fire's pungent smoke, the berries hanging over our fence from the neighbors, and a soft cover of pine needles under my soles. Those few peaceful days when I felt completely safe. My mom resting in the hammock, my dad putting meat on a skewer. Could have I foreseen the upcoming catastrophe and the crackle of the coals? In our parents' laughs? In the smell of the fleeting July? Could I have seen how fragile that world was?
Думаешь, этот дикарь будет честно драться?
Do you really think that savage will give you a fair fight?
Со своими дружками набросятся всем скопом, опомниться даже не дадут.
He'll just swarm you with his friends without giving you a chance to catch a breath. Paulina suddenly flashed a devious smile.
Но если мы пойдем вместе, это их ошарашит.
But if we go together, they will be put off.
Я же не только первая скрипка на деревне. Я ведь еще и девочка.
I'm not only the first violin of this village, I'm also a girl.
Слышала от знакомого хулигана, что он никогда не нападает на кого-то в присутствии девушки.
I've heard from a delinquent I know that he'll never attack someone when there's a girl around.
Представляешь, у них кодекс чести такой.
Can you imagine? They have this weird code of honor. A delinquent, you know? I thought, worried. Okay. Well, I guess eventually we'll figure out her story. Is he better than me? Taller? More handsome? Anton! Don't get jealous already, what the hell?
Ой, мне на музыку пора.
Oh, I have to go to music class. She made a couple of steps and stopped. Amazing. Paulina didn't look like those beauties from the magazine posters or the actresses from the movies. But in the flickering light of the ceiling lamps, she looked much more alluring.
А ты играешь на чем-нибудь?
Can you play something? Can you play anything? My parents bought me a guitar a couple of years ago. I immediately remembered my meager attempts at making music. AM, EM, change. We're all waiting for change. Okay, yeah. So he's basically talking about very famous song of Viktor Tsoi. Tsoi's song echoed my thoughts and my desire to change something. Перемен требуют наши сердца. Yeah. Most of Russian people know the song. That guitar got lost somewhere, as if refusing to move to the old house near the forest. I think my parents gave it away to someone that needed it more.
Увы, не играю.
I don't, sadly.
Жалко.
A pity.
Ну Ну ладно, я побежала.
Oh well, I'll be going.
Пока!
Bye. Her shout was captured by the loud echo. Her shoes also echoed through the school hallways.
Пока!
Bye. I wasn't sure if Paulina heard me. I looked out the window again. The schoolyard was empty, just a couple of grade schoolers throwing snowballs at each other. Nobody who looked like the hulking Semyon with his cronies. This was giving me hope. What should I do? Paulina could become my friend, the first one in this new place. And besides, she may be in real danger of meeting a killer, and I'll be her defender, her knight. And even though my inner voice was hesitant and whispered about running away from the killers lurking in the woods at night, Paulina was worth the risk. But the red cunning fox was also intriguing. She promised me to help look for Vova, and this will bring me a reward. More money would almost guarantee peace in my family. Gifts for Olya. I imagined my sister, happy like those girls who get prizes from Supanev. Supanev? In the finest hour. Okay. Wait. Okay. I actually don't remember that, sorry. She'll be dancing with the famous singers, maybe a new popular boys band like Ivanushka International. Like, they were pretty popular, I guess, in the 90s. I just don't remember which year they had their debut. Mom and Dad hugging in the Ostankino pavilion. And then all of us going to Disneyland. Bro, that's like very optimistic. Okay, so now I can choose to go either... So now I can choose if I go with Paulina or Alisa. But before that, I still have some stuff to see. Okay. Somebody left their school shoes on the windowsill. Judging from their size, they belong to a boy my age. Okay. Turn me around and I'll tell you who's stupid. I bet something offensive is written on the other side. I wonder how long would Semyon keep turning it around if it fell into his hands. The last one? An abandoned sink bucket with a rag on the bottom of it, filled to the brim with murky tap water. It reeked of salty chemicals and the stench was so intense that I felt sick. I staggered away from it, praying that I don't meet the same fate as the person on cleaning duty. Well, not today, but eventually. Okay, so I checked them all out. Okay, so next time I will choose Alisa and we'll go with her route. And after I finish Alisa's route, I will record Paulina's route so we know the rest of the story. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Take care and see you soon.